Today is going to be a message about being happy. I just recently finished a course about self-awareness. It was an 8-week course, a wonderful course. In all of those 8 weeks, a lot of good things happened. But the most compelling sentence out of all the discussions, all of the super facilitation by Rev. Nikki Golden, who, by the way, will be coming to speak for us later in October, was a quotation from a book by Gay Hendricks called How to Create a Life of Your Own Design, Conscious Living. And this was the sentence: we always get what we're committed to getting. Just think about that. We always get what we're committed to getting. How committed are you to getting joy in your life every single day? How committed are you to being happy? Period. Simply happy. And a long time ago, I thought, I am going to be happy. I probably pounded the table. And I think I talked about this a long time ago. I read a book about Nelson Rockefeller's wife, and her name was Happy. And I thought, oh, wouldn't it be great to be called happy? But it's more important to be happy from inside out. So I looked and looked for a picture that really resonated with me about Jesus, our way shower. And this is the picture. Does he look so gloriously happy? And I looked all through the Bible for words about joy and happiness. To be honest, I couldn't find very many. But that doesn't matter, because this one is there. Then our mouth was filled with laughter, and our tongue with shouts of joy. They said among the nations, the Lord has done great things for them. And that was when the Israelites were taken out of slavery. Maybe we could just pretend that we too have been in a form of slavery to sad thoughts. In that song that I picked, to be honest, I would pick What a Wonderful World every single Sunday, except you might get tired of it, because I love that song. One part of it says, shaking hands. We can't do that in COVID, but we can certainly share hearts of love and laughter. Would you agree? That we can have laughter in our hearts and imagine that any laughter we can generate is going to make an influence on other people. Bound to. Now I just have to move this because there are pictures. Jesus laughing with children. You might have seen this picture. And if there are children in your life, even if you can't see them right now, even if you can't be with them, just thinking about children in your life hopefully brings a smile to your face, because they have that effervescence. Jesus loved to be around children. The effervescence, the innocence, the playfulness of children brings out the best in us. So if you're feeling lonely for your grandchildren and you wish they were with you, take a moment, take off your glasses. If you're wearing glasses, pretend, well, don't pretend, meditate. Meditate doesn't have to be about prayer. It can be thinking about anything that fills you with happiness. And instead of saying, I'm so sad that I can't be with my grandchildren, maybe I am so happy I have grandchildren. I'm so happy I can imagine in my mind the best moments with my grandchildren and know that they will come back again. Just picture that. Picture your love, your joy going out to those beloved children and grandchildren that you know. And the picture of Jesus dancing. I love that picture. And I'm sure he did a lot of that because there was rejoicing at the wedding feast that he was part of. And I know that Jack and Teresa love dancing, and maybe they can't go dancing much now, but they can dance in their living room. They can turn on the music and they're shaking their heads and nodding and saying they do that and laughing away. I can picture that. And those of us who love to do Zumba, like yours truly, I can find some Zumba online or those funny videos that come up and they are showing Chubby Checker doing the twist. We can figure out ways to make ourselves happy, to generate happiness within. And that generating of happiness is part of being spiritually alive. You might be surprised that I'm quoting from a Catholic priest, knowing my background, but Henri Nouwen was not just a Catholic priest. He was a philosopher, a theologian, a man who suffered great moments of despair and loneliness when he left the Netherlands and came over to the United States and Canada. His books have sold 2 million copies. He's been compared surprisingly with Mr. Rogers, and they were friends. And what brought them together was their gentleness and their love of people. And he said, joy does not simply happen to us. We have to choose joy and keep choosing it every day. Are you doing that? You who are listening, you who might watch this video later on, are you choosing joy every day the way you choose a chocolate out of the chocolate box? The way you choose your favorite snack? The way you choose flowers to put on your table? I ask you, are you choosing joy every day on purpose? That's what will make you happy. And Eckhart Tolle, and we saw a video several weeks ago, very quiet, soft-spoken, but incredibly spiritually depth-filled man. In today's rush, we all think too much. Guilty? Anybody else? We seek too much. We want too much. Oh, I want this COVID to be over. Oh, I want to go hug my people. We forget about the joy of just being alive, breathing, praying, thinking of those we love. So what is discovering joy and how do we go about doing it? I love this. I love this little cartoon. Okay, with pictures. All of us are helping you to get what you want. But you've got to get yourself into a happy place. Somehow. So that you can receive the impulse. Now we're not going to go out, get on the little wheelbarrow and go whisking down the road. But we need to figure out how we're going to do it. Sometimes we just have to create our own sunshine. You saw that little flower I held up before? Create your own sunshine, whatever that means. Don't wait for somebody else to do it for you, because you might wait a long time. Maybe they're too busy trying to find their sunshine. So we need to create our own. What would that look like for you? What would your own sunshine look like that you can create right now? Oops. You cannot struggle to joy. Struggle and joy are not in the same channel. You joy your way to joy. You laugh your way to success. And it's through your joy that good things come. Remember this little duck? This little dancy duck, I just press his toe and he dances and sings a little song. Find something. Do something that brings you joy. Maybe a symbol, maybe a picture, maybe pictures of your loved ones. Now, I am quoting from a book that Catherine Bro has been generously facilitating with a group of us for several weeks. The author is J.M., I don't know if that's the right pronunciation, and he imagines a communication with Jesus. And the whole book is about a conversation with Jesus. And I chose just a little part because it's so relevant for right now. And this was the conversation. Lo, it is very good. If I had a male voice, a nice deep voice, imagine. This is my play. And my joy and my love and my aliveness has poured forth and overflowed my grand being and brought forth into manifest creation. What? What could cause so much joy, so much joy, so much aliveness in Jesus? You. Think about that. Think about somebody being so overjoyed that you came into the world. Think about the most important person in the whole world, God himself, you yourself. And maybe you look like that. Well, maybe not. Or that. Or that. All different babies, all different places. Doesn't matter where they came from. Something wondrous about babies. We need to remember who we are. Who are you? Who are you? You are love. You are laughter. You are wisdom. You are good health. You are divine presence. You are the Christ. Not Jesus, but the Christ, the divine presence of God. And if that doesn't make you feel happy, woo. Eric Butterworth in The Flow of Life talked about an expanded awareness of the true light in the presence of God that is present in you and as you. And I chose this illustration because it had little wrinkles on it. A lot of us have little wrinkles or big wrinkles, but the light of God, that joy, flows through us. Through us. Doesn't matter about the wrinkles. Well, might matter a little bit, but who cares? We need to develop that expanded awareness of light flowing through us that is present in us. A moment of oneness. A feeling of being centered in God. And of being the center of God. Who are you? You are the center of God. And in Myrtle Fillmore's Healing Letters, she wrote, the moment a person yields self to God-likeness, he or she is letting the Spirit of God burst the shell of doubt and fear. And I thought, what can I find that will represent bursting the shell? I didn't want an egg, that's so common and ordinary. So I thought a chestnut, because they're all prickly on the outside. Do you ever feel prickly on the outside? You are just tired of people for a while or exasperated with people and you feel all the prickles coming out. Get away from me. I just want to be sad. And that's okay. But if we let the Spirit of God burst our shell of doubt and fear, what's inside that shell of doubt and fear is smooth and shiny and nutritious. The light of faith revealing the light of life. Just like sunrise, that gorgeous sun coming up in the morning. And the light of life is within us, coming up whenever we want it to come up. He or she becomes conscious of the joy of life. And here are some faces showing joy. And I deliberately chose varied faces. Looks like a pretty happy guy. A lady happy in her kitchen. Girls happy because they're sharing a light. And doing that dance out in the sand. Maybe Larry and Catherine dancing out in the farm. Who knows? And you can be joy-filled no matter what your age is. And there's a special festival, and I can't think of the name of it, and you throw colors at each other. And some of our friends from India invited us one year, and that's probably what this young guy did. It's a joy-filled festival. And Eckhart Tolle, again, I wanted to repeat this one because it is so meaningful. It's a message to us. Be the silent watcher of your thoughts and behavior. Why? Why would you do that? You are beneath the thinker. You are the stillness beneath the mental noise. You are the love and joy beneath the pain. So this talk is not just about being happy and pretending that everything is fine and grand. I know there's pain. I know that some of you feel pain right now and loneliness and the challenge. But remember that you are love and joy under all that. And from the Buddha, I always said to happiness, if you come, then I will smile. And happiness kindly said to me, if you smile, then I will come. Don't wait for a reason to smile, just smile. And people might say, what are you up to? What have you done? Maybe our partners will say, you're smiling, that looks kind of suspicious. Don't care, just laugh, look at them and smile again. Go look in the mirror and smile. I once read, if you're crying and you're really sad, look at yourself in the mirror and smile and you'll stop crying. And I'm not sure if that works or not, but anyway, I like this saying. There were two about smiles, but I thought, all right, Pauline, don't overdo it. If you come, then I will smile. Then happiness said, if you smile, then I will come. Think about that. Some people smile readily and often, and some don't smile much at all. Maybe they have accepted their sadness as a badge of honor. I hope not. I hope anybody who's watching this or listening to this who thinks that there is a glory in sadness will get over it. There is a glory in happiness. There is a glory in joy. There's a radiance in joy. And even when we are feeling desolate, grief-stricken, anguished, we can find a way to smile. Some way, some tiny little reason to smile. This was from Reverend Mary Kupferl, who wrote a book called God Will See You Through. I haven't read the book yet, but I just love this. Called I Will Sing a New Song. Tell yourself, I will let the song burst forth from the innermost part of me. Even if you can't sing, imagine. I will let it come forth in a smile. I will let it come forth in tolerance and forgiveness. I will let it come forth in praise for others. I will sing a song, a new song, until my whole being thrills with the joy of life and living. There was a song we used to sing called, Sing a New Song Unto the Lord. Let your song be sung from mountains high. Sing a new song unto the Lord, singing Alleluia. There are lots of happy songs you can find. Just go to video. I almost wanted to play the song Happy, but I know it drives some people crazy. Or the song of Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Music can bring our souls into rejoicing. And the last quotation of the day is from one of my heroes, Helen Keller, blind and deaf, and you know her story. She found a way to change her life and the lives of others. Your success and happiness lies in you. Resolve to keep happy, and your joy and you shall form an invincible host against difficulties. I'd like you to say that out loud. I mean, you're still muted, but if you're with someone, and change the your to my. My success and happiness lies in me. I resolve to keep happy, and my joy and me shall form an invincible host against difficulties. And this is our meditation slide. We need to remember who we are. And as we go into meditation, I urge you to really think about if someone said to you, who are you? How would you respond? Would you say, I'm the living, radiant, joyous presence of God? Would you say, I'm a grandmother feeling sad because I can't have my grandchildren around me? Or would you say, I am a loving grandmother so filled with joy at the thought of my beloved grandchildren? I don't know why I'm picking on grandmothers today, but I know a few grandmothers, and I know that they really, really miss hugging their grandchildren. Our neighbor next door has her grandchildren come in from the farm, and she hugs them all the time. But that's because they need a babysitter, and she's there, and they're used to being with her. We need to remember who we are. We are love. We are hope. We are wisdom. And now as we go into meditation, if you want to close your eyes, feel free to do that. You can put your feet flat on the floor. You can cross them. You can put them up in the chair. If you're lying on the floor like Tom was, I don't know if he was lying on the floor, that's okay. You can still meditate. I'm just suggesting feet on the floor sometimes reminds us of solidity beneath our feet. the solid presence of divine God beneath our feet. And as we raise our hands up above our heads, we are inviting all the goodness, the love, the wholeness, the life to flow from the top of our crown, through our mind, our head, down our neck, through our torso. We breathe in a deep breath. Sit up tall. Feel that breath fill our whole torso. That is life, love, laughter, the joy and the radiance of being. And that flows down our arms, through the ends of our fingers, through our legs, front and back, to the ends of our toes. Remember who you are. A radiant, loving presence of God. A spiritual being in a human body. A messenger of love. I'll give you a few moments just to think of that. As you prepare to return, I invite you to remember that question, that sentence, that statement. We need to remember who we are. And I just ran out for a minute. Long time ago, Dan bought this special little device. And Eric Butterworth talks about being the light. And imagine that you can, I don't know if you can see this or not. I just turned on the light. Can you see it? Oh, goody. Okay. So you can turn off your light. And when you turn off your light, you're saying, I am sad. Don't try and get me to be happy. I am sad. Just let me be sad. You can do that. You can choose to do that. You can choose to say, I feel lonely. And then you can choose to say, I have reason to rejoice and I'm going to focus on that. I'm going to find reasons to be happy. Remember who you are, a divine presence, radiating love, life, and laughter. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen.
Thank you, Pauline. What a great talk, to reminding us that we are loving. The joy is right within us. We just have to smile and bring it out. I remember when I worked with Bob Proctor, and Bob would say, happiness, it's an inside thing. It's not on the outside. So thank you so much for reminding us, and some great slides.
You're welcome.
We also would like to take a moment to thank everyone for our continued tithes and gifts to your spiritual community. We all continue to be prosperous. That is how the flow of prosperity works. As we give, so shall we receive. And we'll do our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Yay, God. And now our peace song. Have a great day, everybody.
You too, Sylvia.
Thanks, Janet.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Sylvia.
That was a great talk, Pauline, and oddly enough, just what I needed to hear. Well, not oddly.
Oh, super.
I shouldn't say oddly. It happens a lot.
Oh, good. Thank you.
So is anybody doing anything wild and exciting today?
We're getting ready to go camping.
Yay!
Hey,
In the rain.
When do you actually leave, Pauline?
We leave tomorrow morning, but
Okay.
Dan acts like a squirrel and he starts to stash everything into the van. He has quite a method. He's very good at it. So he'll pack the chairs and the bikes. Bikes go on the back at the end.
Yeah.
We'll pack the dry goods, and it's very exciting. We love it. Love
Where are
it.
you
Oh, and the
going?
tent, naturally.